Hello and welcome to Outside the Box Soaps. Today I am doing a patchouli bar and I'm going to be doing a hanger swirl, and I am going to be trying to do a butterfly, and it will be I've had several attempts and they do not seem to come out right, so we're hoping everything will cooperate. So what I have here in the bowl, I have olive oil, I have some palm oil, I have cocoa butter, shea butter, and castor oil. And my colors are sort of an orangish, reddish, a blackish. And then I did mix a little something here. It's not quite pure white. I'm not sure if I'm going to be using it. I guess we'll see how things go. So the oils are both at 86 degrees, so we're going to get started. And I did add some silk to this. Oops, and I forgot. There was something that I did want to add in, and I'm going to get that right now. I did want to add in 1 scoop of goat milk powder. So goat milk, speak much? Goat milk powder to this batch. So I'm going to just add that in right now. And that will do it for our ingredients. So let's get it mixing. Now, I'm going to be very careful about thickness here because I am trying to do a butterfly swirl and I want to get very thin swirls throughout all of this. But I do need to get that milk powder incorporated. Now I'm thinking it probably would have been a good idea to sort of get that together with some oils before I added it, but okay, so it is looking good at the moment. Looks like that powder's all incorporated. So I am going to get my colors poured here. And I think one of my issues with my failed butterfly swirls is that I end up putting a little too much color in. So I have these cups and I'm only filling them up about to the halfway mark. I'm gonna put some in here. I don't really know how different that will look from the titanium dioxide piece, which is what I'm going to be adding into the main. That's going to make up my main batter here. And it looks like I've got a little clog in my nozzle. Just get a little bit in there and see how that looks. Okay, not really white, it's a nice creamy yellow, but for a patchouli fragrance, I think I like that, and I actually think I'm gonna leave that go as is. Alright, so here's the other white, just so you can see. It is a very white. I did add a little bit of green to it. I didn't want it to be a stark white, and I also didn't want a green that looks like fatigues because I've got this other orange and reds going on in here, and I don't want to make another camouflage soup. Okay. So here is the orange color. Just realized you can't really see me mixing all of these on camera, but since my batter looks like it's behaving, I have a little bit of time and I can clean up some. Okay, I'm going to get these stirred and I'll be right back with you. Okay, folks, so I don't know, something happened with the camera here, but I did just pour my base color in. And now what I'm going to do is start adding my colors. And we're going to go from high up. Going to start with the red. Okay. Next I'm going to go with this whitish because I think it will add a nice contrast, and it looks like this needs to be stirred a bit just to get it to loosen up. Okay, next going to go with the red. Which I hope will differentiate from the orange. I'm not so sure. And then the last color we're adding here is black. Okay. Then I'm just going to put some more of my base in, just to sort of give it a little bit more swirlies. Then we're going to go back to orange. Then that extra white. Save a little bit there. Then the red. And I think this is going to be a pretty bar. And then the black. So what I would like to do now is I want to try and put a layer of the base just right on the top. And, oh, you know what? I need to swirl it before I do that. Sorry. So let me get my hanger. One more time trying this technique. I am going to go down in the middle, going to push back or forward towards me, away from me, and then I am just going to start to do some circles underneath and come right back up. And we'll see if we get a butterfly. This thing seems to elude me. It's the elusive butterfly. Alright, so next, what I'd like to do is put a layer of white, or the base color rather, right on top. And you know what? I just realized I think this is going to be an unscented bar because I forgot to add my oil. I wonder if I can add my fragrance oil to what I have left, if that's enough. I better not. I think that may, oh, let's see. Let's see. Going to add this patchouli in. And it will just have one part that is very concentrated scent. I knew that was too thin. I knew something was wrong. Something was amiss. Okay, so I'm going to let this, I'm going to pause. I'm going to let this set up a little bit before I try to put it on the top. Okay, folks, so here's what I decided. Since I forgot about the fragrance until I got to this last piece, I did add the fragrance to what was left. And I decided that to kind of get that incorporated throughout the bar, it might be a good idea to just let go of the butterfly swirl thought for this bar. And let's just see what kind of a, if we can get a nice drop swirl out of it, I'd be happy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to drop the rest of this in and hope that it gives me a nice drop swirly pattern in the end. It's also very thin still, so let me see, I've got a little bit of orange left. We can add some more of that. And I think the other colors, there's just enough to kind of dab on the top. So that's where I decided to go with this bar. And what I'm going to do is just let this sit up a while until the rest of this white gets a little firmer, or not the white, the base color. Until it gets a little firmer, I'd like to scoop it on top and try to do a bit of a decorative top or some kind of sculpting on the top. So at least I feel better. The fragrance is now dispersed throughout the bar, even if it's only in that one color. I'm sure that it will still smell like a lovely patchouli fragrance. So, gonna pause. If you'd like to see what I do from here, please stay tuned. Okay, and I'm back. Now I have put all of the dribbles that I could get out in here. So I'm going to do a little bit of a design, and this is still very, very loose. So I'm trying to think about what I want to do. I think I might want to just let this sit up a little bit more. Alright, so I think I'm going to let that go because I'm not going to put any glitter on this or anything. I think patchouli is a unisex scent. So I'm going to wait again. I'm going to let this set up a bit because I really do want to do some kind of sculpted top. I think it looks kind of blah, just plain. I'm sure I didn't get a butterfly swirl after all of the different things that I did here. But it should be a pretty swirl. I'm hoping it'll be a fine, delicate swirl. So I'm going to leave it again, let it set up a little bit, and then I'm going to try to do a sculpted top, and I'll share that with you. Thanks. Okay, so we're back. No lie, folks, this has been about a half an hour, and I'm finally able to do some texturing in here. So now I know this is a really, really slow moving recipe, and I'm just sort of sticking it in and sticking that spoon in and just doing a little swirl. So just realized that it's out of frame in the camera. Let's get it back in. Okay, so here we go. And I had a lot of the base color left. I had a lot more of the base color left than I had of the others. So I just...
What's going on?
Okay, so I apologize for some noise in the background, just my husband just coming in the door. But so it took a while for this to set up. Like I said, it took a good half hour before I could get it to hold the shape. And since there's so much white on the top, and I said I really didn't want to add any glitter because this is sort of a, I think this is a unisex scent, this patchouli. What I did instead is I took some micas. I have in here black crimson and orange, and now it's starting to look a little like a Halloween bar, which is not quite what I was going for. But I think that in the cut bars, it will be okay, because I think that when it's cut, you'll see more of the orange soap, so it won't look so much like it's just this black and orange sprinkled on top. So this is what it looks like going into solidify, and I will definitely post some pictures tomorrow when it gets cut, and we'll see what we ended up with. So see you in a bit.